All right, hey Ben, how you doing?
Doing all right. Amazed the sun is still up, but
Ugh,
I'm surviving despite that.
goddamn sun, I hate it so much. Just wish it would burn out and be done. I mean, I'm
Yeah, but
working on.
someone's gonna try and change the light bulb eventually.
Well, I've been working on some things, but they're not quite ready yet. Turns out it'll take a lot of baking soda to neutralize the chemical reactions of a star.
Baking soda. Interesting.
Well, that's how you put out grease fires. So I imagine the sun is similar in its composition.
Depending on who you ask, Pumbaa might have a different opinion, but no.
Who?
Pumbaa, Lion King.
Oh, yeah. He could suck it. All right, sorry, I'm turning your volume up a little bit here. All right, so yeah, it turns out that I did not post an episode directly following FanX in April, which is not like me.
Whoops.
Yeah, I know, but we're gonna correct that now. Well, in a moment. So I guess you haven't heard the news. Uh, it seems that yesterday, sometime, uh, Jimmy Martin of the Geek Show podcast had passed away.
Oh,
Yeah. So there aren't any real details out there except that he died yesterday. So
it'll probably take a while before you get any real details, just so that the family can have time to deal with everything.
well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, the circumstances under which most people do not disclose certain details like this, it's kind of disconcerting at the moment. But
How old was?
37, 38.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to, like, put out any negative thoughts in that regard as to what may or may not have happened, but it must have been something very bad and very sudden. So, yeah, yeah, my sympathy goes out to his wife, Kat, and all of the Geek Show guys. And it's very sad because he's a good guy.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that out there real quick, so that you know it's out there and it's done. So now let's try and be funny. So,
Your face is funny.
yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. I finally went out to an open mic again last night.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been too long. Wise Guys is doing a new open mic on Tuesday nights in the Wise Guys Lounge, which
There
is
you go.
new. Yeah. So it was a fun night. They they're they're doing a similar thing that you will see in most like LA open mics from what I observed, where people are throwing their names in buckets and then the lineup is chosen at random by pulling, names out of the bucket. And yeah, it was a good night. So many people there that I don't recognize since I haven't left my damn apartment in like 10 months. So that was fun.
Did you get up there? Or?
Yeah, yeah, I did. My name was indeed drawn. And
Nice.
yeah, yep. I figured following Father's Day that I should use some of my dead dad material. Yeah, yeah, that was more of a laugh than what I got. But again, I hadn't done shit in so long, so even to get up there to no laughs, I I needed to. So, but yeah.
That's how you start.
Oh, you don't need to fucking tell me how I need to start. I've started like 5 times now for the last 3 years, so at some point I might actually get good at it. We'll see. But yeah. So we need to talk about our fun experiences at FanX this last April. Do you have anything in particular that you want to bring up?
I mean, there's some things that like I wasn't able to get to, but I'm hoping they do again. Or things that I did do, but I still hope that they do again. There was like some court thing. I sent a picture of that to you.
Oh yeah, the Geek Court or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jay's, Whitaker, and Washington, they did that at the show previous, which was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of sat as judges and ruled on certain geek things. Ultimately, in that panel, they ruled on the geeks versus the fandoms, and yeah, they tackled the issue of geeks ruining their own fandoms by being assholes, as I recall. So yeah, I was hoping that was going to be a more regular thing, but then what they did at this last show, it wasn't a regular panel like what they had done with J&J. And I don't know that I want to say that Whitaker had something to do with that at some point, but I don't recall because I didn't get a chance to see that so much.
A panel. Yeah, I think they. Yeah, if it would have been a panel, like they have random people act as like the defense and the prosecution, and
Yeah.
okay, yeah. If that would have been done in a panel, then I think, or in a panel room, then more people could have watched it. As it was, like in an event hall.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they just had it like right on the edge.
Yeah, you could hardly watch it all.
But yeah, I mean, it's a super fun idea, and J&J did it very well. So I hope they'll do it again. But I guess only time will tell.
And how they end up doing it.
Yeah, because I can see how it would be very distracting trying to do that on the event floor like they did this last time. So I think it's a little bit easier to organize and maintain when it's actually inside a room.
We'll have to see.
Yep. Because I really liked that panel when they first did it, and I wanted to watch some of the cases they brought up, but I think I was too distracted by, for the most part, Pretty Girls Dressed Like Cartoons, and then all of the other panels that I was going to each hour.
Yeah, those cartoon peoples.
Yep. And I think it was you who first told me about it when they were doing Twisted Tunes at one of these recent shows, that they had a bunch of just random people kind of come up and perform.
Yeah, that was this one. Before they did that, they did like a little bit of. I think I sent you a link, but like rock candy or whatever.
Rock
Jeff
Sugar.
Farnell's like rock sugar. There you go. He like did a song or two from that. I think they had a couple of different like guest people singing. The volume was really, really loud. Like some people like got up and left because it was so loud.
Yeah, it's tricky performing music in a room like that where it isn't necessarily set up for music.
Yeah.
Because they would have had everything set up more so for a talking panel. And they probably would not have had much time to do a proper sound test for instruments and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, really cool idea. And then after that, they did the more of like a Twisted Tunes thing, but with like he being like the only like professional in the VO, and then they had a bunch of like different people that were attending the con. I guess they'd all submitted something at some random point. I don't know if there was like some announcement somewhere, but they were chosen and then went up and did the different like voices that they were good at for whatever scripts were given to them.
Well, that is going to be the case at this next show too. At the press conference last week, Jess Harnell came up and helped out with that, and he did say that they are going to be doing that again, where they will have a, I guess for lack of a better term, a drawing to pull up anyone interested in doing it. And I believe
that makes sense.
Yeah, I believe he said there would be a hashtag for it. I need to go through that video again. So I think I will.
Through like, is there a Twitter feed that that FanX has, or will they put it up in like all of their different media?
There was not specificity to that regard that I recall.
Okay.
But I imagine that you could pretty easily throw that hashtag up onto any social media, and they would be able to find it.
Let's keep an eye out for it then.
Yeah.
And listeners, if you so desire.
The what now?
And to the listeners, if you so desire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when we wrap this up, I will skim through that video real quick and get that information, throw it in the notes. But, yeah. Were there any spotlight panels that you particularly enjoyed?
Spotlight, like, you mean like just any panel in particular, or?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the spotlight panels are typically the celebrity panels. For the most part, they host in the Grand Ballroom, but they will, oftentimes have them out in like the 150s or 250s.
I think there was like one or two that I was maybe considering, but it was the con before this one, I think, that had a bunch of names that I really wanted to go see. I'm bad with celebrity names. You have to keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
I am terrible.
And that's one of those things that I don't usually consider because I grew up with all this stuff. So even when I was a young child, I would notice and recognize names and in the credits and that. So.
Warthog.
What?
Sorry, when you say when you were young, and
yeah, what is with you and the
when I was a young
lion?
warthog?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't even seen it in ages.
Do you have some sort of a
It's a sign.
a stroke maybe or something that I can't remember the name of the part of the brain that it would have to affect to like trigger these like latent memories. Jeez. Well, one of the best things ever was the John Cleese panel. Did you make it to that one?
No, I think there was another panel going at the same time that I wanted to hit. So, I think you went into that, didn't you?
I did. I did indeed, and I am so fucking glad I did. Because, as always, he is one of the funniest fucking people on the face of this earth. And, at the end of this panel, Chris Provost got back out on the stage, and he started reading off some of the stats because he was taking notes during this panel. And John Cleese is probably the first panelist at FanX to say fuck at all, but then he said it a handful of times. And I think one of those instances was actually him he telling an audience member to fuck off, which yeah, oh, he's my hero. But yeah, and but I queued up a clip of one of my most favorite parts where he actually considers murder. So let's give that a listen.
Shut up. Is there anything that you've done that you wish you would have done a different way? Not something you regret doing, but something you've done that you would have done differently.
Yes, I can tell you exactly. About 3 years ago, I was in the West Indies, and I was having supper on the balcony with my wife and 1 or 2 friends, and I looked across the other side of the balcony, probably 20 feet, maybe 25 feet, and sitting there at a table was Rupert Murdoch, you know, who runs Fox News. And I suddenly realized that I can become a legend by killing this man. So I sent a message to the kitchen because I knew the chef. I said, send me a large number of sharp instruments, knives, cleavers, all this kind of thing. And in 60 seconds, somebody came with this huge metal tray, and there were knives sharper than any knives you've ever seen. They were scissors and shears and machetes. And I thought, all I have to do is just to choose one of these, nip across that. I'm in the history books forever. And then I thought, I like my wife very much. I'd never see her again. But on balance, I wish that I'd killed him.
On that note, Mr. Cleese, thank you so much for being here so far. We really appreciate it. John Cleese, everybody.
All right, I'm gonna let this run another moment.
Huge round of applause for John Cleese.
So that's Chris Provost, and he's about to read the stats I just mentioned.
You guys, we made history. I took notes. This panel made history. These were the first that we had. We've never had a FanX. We had 5 F-bombs. He walked off the stage twice. He told the audience to shut up. We had 2 chair malfunctions, and then you guys clapped when he sat down. Give it up for John Cleese!
So yeah, one of my most favorite things ever. Yeah. John Cleese is, like I said, one of the funniest people alive today. And just outright among my heroes.
You say he was one of the big things he was in?
Monty Python. He was he was one of the Python guys. And Faulty Towers, which was a 70s sitcom taking place in a hotel. I've watched a little bit of it. I've been meaning to really get into that. I got my brother the DVDs for Christmas or birthday or something sometime in the last couple years. But yeah. Just there was another great story in there, but I don't have it queued up, where he's talking about like writing jokes. So this was of course something that I paid very close attention to.
Yeah.
and he was talking about his mother and how she was afraid of everything. And like, I just called her omniphobic. She had a crippling fear of everything. And then I thought about that, and like, that's not very true. I think she was okay or I don't think she was afraid of the loaf of bread. And he's like, I thought that was a very funny joke. But, anytime I would say it, everyone reacted much like you people did. That is to say, with no laughter. And then he goes on to tell another story. Like, my mother was born in 1899. She died at the age of 101. Her life spanned the entire 20th century. And she was alive to witness the Great Depression and, Ferdinand. Prime Minister Ferdinand, the shot that was heard around the world that sparked World War I. And then, there was another big event between... the Great Depression would have come after World War I. And then, World War II and the Cold War and the falling of, the wall in Berlin. She was alive. She was alive during all of this. And effectively aware of none of it. And, yeah, it's like she had no idea that any of this was going on. And that, of course, got the bigger laugh, which he did not expect. And I, of course, relate to that because you know how my comedy tends to go.
You'll get there.
Shut your face. I don't need your pity. Okay. And then I did not prepare a clip from... one thing I do want to say is the John Cleese panel is moderated by Craig Price of the Matinee Heroes podcast. He's a cool guy. I chatted with him once, which is how I first heard of that podcast, which is a really fun show. If you don't listen to that, you should. So, yeah. The other Spotlight panel that I was very excited for was Tom Ellis and Amy Garcia from Lucifer. That was
yes.
Yeah, that was moderated by Kerry Jackson. And yeah,
I started that show.
it's about damn time. Shit.
Do you know how many different shows there are out there?
Yes, I do. And just because I'm vastly superior to you humans with my chronic insomnia, which permits me to watch, on average 2 to 3 seasons of a show in a day, you people have no excuse. So yeah. What?
Work.
Yeah. That's
Every
great.
time, sucker.
Yeah, tell me about it. No, I seriously can crank through. If the episode runtime is 40 minutes plus, I can get through a full season. Usually in about a day and a half.
Yeah.
And that's if I don't fall asleep and if it's like a 22 episode season run.
But,
But,
do you have any clips from that from that particular Spotlight panel?
I do, but I can't remember
Exactly where it was.
Yeah, because I was having some trouble editing that video. Because oftentimes when I record video with my old iPhones and that, at some point the video app I use to record will switch to like slow motion. So I need to find the point in the video at which that starts. separate the audio, and then cut the portion that is in slow motion, and then adjust the timing on that. And it seemed far less precise this last time that I was working on the video. So I have not finished cutting that one at all.
Recording slow-mo. That's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's happened a few other times, but when it has happened, I've been able to more precisely adjust the timing so that the video will play at an appropriate speed and then sync up with the audio. But working on this video, it was like, no matter how I would adjust the speed, it would be just barely too fast or just barely too slow. So I need to work on that some more to get some usable video to throw up on the website. And then my stupid ass, of course, forgot to switch on the mic when I was at the Clark Gregg panel, which was another spectacular display.
What has he been in?
He's Agent Coulson.
Mm.
So, yeah, this of course happened just before the season 6 premiere of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he said in that panel that they were doing some exciting things, well, he couldn't say specifically with Coulson, but are you caught up on that show?
No, not even.
Okay.
Like maybe the pilot and that's it.
Well, it's fun after that too. A lot of people shit on the first season or two, but I mean, I still enjoyed them a lot. So, yeah, the first couple seasons of that show really kind of I don't want to say they set the pace for the show, but because they do start off kind of slow. But I want to say that season 3 especially, that's when they really kind of pick up and start having a lot more fun with it.
Just have a change of writers or producers or...
No, they just... I mean, there may have, but I can't remember anything like standing out to me from that time. But, no, I mean, if nothing else, they hit their stride and they really just found the pocket on how to write that show so that it paid off enough for like comics fans, but wasn't so much inside baseball that pedestrians wouldn't be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then
sometimes it's tricky to find that line.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, with my comedy in particular, I understand the difficulty in finding the sweet spot between my own personal trauma and making other people laugh at it. Which didn't seem to be a problem when I was in 7th grade and kids were making fun of me for my dad being dead, but I guess things are different now that it's been 20 years and those assholes I went to school with then aren't around here.
Those assholes. They have to go and move.
Yep. Goddamn kids. But, yeah, one thing I did really enjoy is, I didn't know this until seeing the Clark Gregg panel, but he actually wrote What Lies Beneath, which has always been a favorite film of mine.
I've heard of it, but I don't know if I've...
Yeah, that one would have been 99, maybe 2000? No, yeah, it must have been 2000 or like early 2001. Because I went to go watch that movie with my then girlfriend, and my younger sister came along with us. So I'm sitting next to my girlfriend, and my younger sister was sitting on the other side of my girlfriend. And we're, of course, holding hands. And there are a handful of scenes that take place, like, in the middle of the day. And, the characters are in a public place, like having brunch or something. And apropos of nothing, I just flinch my hand and squeeze my girlfriend's hand real quick. And then she squeals and then jumps up out of her seat for a moment, which set off my sister, who then squealed and jumped up out of her seat for a moment. And that's one of those things that just always makes me laugh still.
Getting people to jump. The jump scare.
Well, just scaring anyone at all, but again, just that there was like nothing even remotely horrifying going on screen, and then I managed to get two people to jump scared at basically buttered toast.
Buttered toast. It would have been funny to like be sitting like right behind and just see like two people jump up.
That is exactly what I was going for. Although they did not say anything then.
No.
Yeah. But if they're listening now, I would definitely like to hear their portrayal of events. That would be fun. But yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. Of course, starring Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer, I believe. But yeah, I just had no idea that Clark Gregg wrote that.
Huh.
But yeah, that was a fun panel. And then I believe he left after that panel because he did not have anything on the schedule for the rest of that day, and I did not see him the rest of that day. So I was sad, because he was one person I definitely did want to shake hands. And then I didn't get to.
Just run out of the panel room. Sometimes they stick around so you can like talk a little bit. It depends.
Yeah, but like I said, he had nothing on the schedule after that, so the plan must have been all along for him to head out after that panel.
Did he have anything before that? Like he was...
Yeah, he was there for at least that, because that was the Saturday. So he was there for at least the first half of Saturday. I think he was there Friday, but I don't recall seeing him at his booth whenever I would walk past. So, yeah. And, shit, I'm so pissed that I haven't been able to finish editing that video yet. And like I said, I'm going to put together something to put on the website soon.
Even if you get some of the videos up later, you can do them like a little bit at a time if you have to, I guess.
Well, yeah, I just need to actually get all of the videos put together onto my one device so that I can see what all I've got and then get it out there.
There can be only one device.
Oh no, I've got plenty of devices. Nah,
That's not how the saying goes.
Well, that's how it's going now. Yeah, because, I mean, that is still one kind of hassle. Because I haven't really mastered how to use, like, the iCloud stuff. And I can't remember all my accesses for the Dropboxes and that. So I still need to take all of the videos off of the devices, load them onto my computer so I can see what all is what, and then load them all onto my iPad Pro so that I can edit and start getting the shit out like I should have a month ago. 2 months ago.
Yeah, gosh.
Shut your face, jerk.
So there's the spotlight panels that you enjoyed, right?
Yeah. I swear I went to others, but I can't recall now. Because, like I said, I recorded video from the panels I went to in the Grand Ballroom. And then I went to a few more panels throughout those 2 days.
Oh, regular panels rather than the spotlight. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the best ones, though, it was like among the very last. It was one of the panels in the last hour block, and it was put on by Brian Higgins, and I think Melissa Merlot was in on that too, and then a couple of other film guys whose names escape me at the moment, but they kind of shared some of their favorite terrible B movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been great.
Well, I told you. Wait, you did go to that one too, didn't you?
I don't know. On some of those panels, I was rather sleepy. So, like, I might have been physically there, but
Yeah.
struggling to keep my eyelids open.
Yeah, because I want to say that we both went to the panel just before that, and then
The alien one? Was it the alien one?
probably.
I might have dipped after the alien one.
Yeah, I think you did. And
'Cause I was falling asleep, so I wanted to make sure, yeah.
yeah. Nah, that one was a lot of fun. Because there were some great, intentionally just shit B horror movies that I really want to watch. And, damn it. I don't have my notes up from that one.
Teeth? Wait, no.
No, fuck that. That one. No, yeah, I started watching that piece of shit once, thinking that it would be funnier than it sounded, and it was not.
No, it's bad, but I bring it up at every occasion I could possibly, the number of people that have seen it is actually rather surprising, but...
Yeah, it just... Yeah. I mean, it could have been a funny movie, but it just wasn't.
Do you remember the names of any of the movies that you were excited about, or...?
I think I found those notes. The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. I think that was... Ooh. Yeah. I do believe
Cadavra.
That one was intentionally made... I think it was 2001. And, the objective was for it to be a bad B film. And it was just so very much that. And I mean, it was hilarious too.
With a name like that, there are hopes.
No, yeah, the name is perfect for it. But I mean, there was a clip that they showed us of a scientist and his wife, and they're driving on a backcountry road to a cave that had been found during some mining something or other. And the scientist guy is basically just talking about the work of science and doing science and being a great scientist who does science. And then she, of course, was talking about being the wife of a scientist and understanding the importance of science. And they said science so many times. And yeah, it was truly a thing of beauty. Yeah, I can't remember who all was in there, but excuse me. Among the clips that we watched, there were some it seemed to be a lot of really good, solid character actors that you've seen in everything over the last 30 years. I just can't recall their names.
You know how I am with actor names, but
Yeah.
so I'm not going to hold it against you this time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, the special effects were astounding. It was honestly just like fishing line, and then tied. Yeah, like fishing line tied to Halloween store skeletons.
Everything I can hope for, I have to see that then.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling my brother about it the next day because it was Easter or whatever. And yeah, I don't, or it might be streaming through like Amazon Prime. I forget exactly, and I don't have the app Just Watch close enough at hand, I don't think.
I don't think it's on my tablet.
Oh wait, I do have it. Okay. So I am going to search. Let's see. What did I say that was? Lost Skeleton of Cadavra?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, 2001 is when this movie came out. So yeah, and it is streaming on Prime Video.
It comes with Prime then? Because sometimes like there's videos that are on there, and I think it like I can watch it, but then it ends up having to be a.
Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the app Just Watch, but you can search any film or TV show, and it will tell you what online services offer that whatever media it is you're looking for. So it says here it has 3 rows. One is stream, and that says Prime Video on there, and then you can rent it on Amazon, Vudu, PlayStation, YouTube, Google Play, and Microsoft. And then you
Just Watch is the name of. Huh.
What?
You said the name of the app is Just Watch?
Yeah, Just Watch. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm digging it. But I think I might actually have the trailer for that. Let's see if this plays. Oh, I also need to turn this back up. I turned down the volume when I was thinking I might try to find a clip from Tom Ellis and Amy Garcia.
Hell. One night way back in 2002, the American Cinematheque had a screening of what was described as a low-budget spoof of low-budget 50s sci-fi. Sounded kind of cool. Now you no other plans that night, so I figured, what the heck? So there I was with over 500 other people, and we were all on the floor laughing our asses off at this incredibly clever and hilarious picture. Now I had the acquisitions title at Sony Pictures at the time, and I said to myself, I have to have this movie. Fortunately, it was very cheap, so they let me pick it up, and then I marketed and released it. Now, since it's a faux 50s movie, I felt it had to have a faux 50s campaign. So we created an in-your-face one-sheet, modeled on the one-sheet from Invaders from Mars, and of course the trailer, which some people actually believe was an old trailer from an old movie. I can't tell you how much that delighted me.
It was really well done.
The picture got some swell reviews, didn't do much business, but as is so often the case, people did finally find it on DVD and cable. We've done 1 sequel so far, and hopefully number 3 will happen one day soon. Until then, here is where the cult of Larry Blamire began, with the lost skeleton of Cadavra.
Never a motion picture like this. Supreme shock sensation of our time.
We had to have overlays bursting with the over-the-top hyperbole that was standard for the era, and which I love so much. And yes, that is the original Frank Skinner, Charles Previn, Hans J. Salter music from the second cycle of Universal horror movies.
Alright, I was hoping it was just a trailer, but I guess it's like a 3-minute documentary of everything going on here.
First, and then write the screenplay. And I sort of did the same thing here, mentally lining...
Alright, I may cut that bit out. God damn it. Alright, well, sorry. I thought I'd be able to play a trailer for that, but it would seem not.
I'll check it out. I'll write it down somewhere so I can remember to look at it.
Yeah, or you can just listen back to this. So, you know. But yeah, it was a good show. It felt super fast, though. You know, just being 2 days and all.
Yeah.
So, I kind of hope that won't be the norm, but at the same time, it wasn't bad.
No, I mean, is the spring one usually short anyways?
No, this is the first time where they've done it and it was only 2 days. Before, other than that, it's always been 3 days. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not in the room there, so I don't know the reasoning behind it, but I mean, it was still a great show. And like I said, it felt to go by so fast. Maybe because they were packing so much into just 2 days, but
yeah, and then you're running around trying to catch everything that you can,
oh yeah,
record it and stuff.
yep. But at any rate, I'm super excited for September. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what panels they have. Hope they continue some of the things like we talked about the court thing. Hope they have that. Hopefully they have it as a panel type thing rather than as on the event floor.
Yeah, I definitely think it works better as a panel. Fucking trains.
Yeah, and then it'll be cool to see the Talking Tunes with how do they title that?
Twisted Tunes.
Twisted Tunes with
Jess Harnell. I mean,
to kind of denote that they're using local people, local attendees. If they like titled it differently or not.
No, I think they still use the name Twisted Tunes. I don't know, because I missed that panel this last time. Yeah, maybe I did miss it because maybe I did miss it because they didn't actually call it Twisted Tunes.
It was something else, but it said Jess Harnell. So I went to it because he was in there.
Right.
I was like, maybe, because I remember you saying that he was the one that kind of did a lot of that kind of stuff. So, and it started out with him like music, but then they did the Twisted Tune stuff. So.
Yeah. Like I said, I forget what the hashtag would be for that. Because I believe Jess said that they were going to use a hashtag and use that to kind of draw the people participating. I just can't for the life of me remember what it was now.
Alright. They're still gonna have like voice actors and stuff as guests at the con, though. I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few more. Yeah, the before the press conference, the last email they sent out, they were teasing a Sons of Anarchy guest, and the first thought I had when I saw that was Katie Sagal. They did not announce Katie Sagal at the press conference, but I did mention that to someone at the press conference, and he thought that might be a fun idea. So who knows?
What is she in?
She's Trungalilo from Futurama. Yeah, that was the one thing that really kind of put that thought in my head. Because she's been on so many shows and all of that.
I've seen her in some live action stuff. I think like I can't remember what, but like by the voice, I was like, "That's Layla."
Yeah, Married with Children was one of her first bigger things. And then she's been on a bunch of the like police procedurals in the early 2000s. And then, yeah, she was on Sons of Anarchy. I'm pretty sure the entire series. I've watched bits and pieces of that, and I've been meaning to go back, but I have not yet. So, now, is there anything coming up you want to plug real quick?
Depending on how quick this gets out. Well, I don't know. It's for a different con though.
No, I'm planning on this coming out tomorrow. Since it's only 2 months late.
Yeah, if it's not against whatever gaming cons, like what this weekend or the next?
Salt Lake Gaming Con.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I think that may be this weekend, possibly next. I forget.
Yeah. And one of my buddies, I think, like he plays League of Legends. That's something that they do there. Just like have a bunch of people playing League of Legends and a bunch of other stuff. They're trying to get him to play.
Yeah, they've got some like Magic the Gathering stuff and other like card games going on there. So I have been interested in checking it out. I just haven't, because you know me, I'm not a big like video gamer. So
Yeah.
if I got a press pass for it, I definitely would go. But I have not. I mean, in the past, I have not been able to find any press passes for that. So, but I would like to check it out at some point.
It was interesting. Like they had a Steve Bloom there at not this last one, but the one before that, I think. And a bunch of different, like the Overwatch cast they had at the con. So there's a lot of voice actors that go to Gaming Con.
Oh. Yeah, that would be fun too. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you saw this, but Johnny Cruz is going to be here in September. I guess he does a voice on Overwatch.
Okay. That might be where it sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was also in one of the last few episodes from Talkin' Tunes, I believe. Rob Paulson's podcast.
I have not seen that pop up in my feed. You know, I need to go look and see why in the hell it's not.
Oh,
now you mention that, I'm like, I have not seen anything in my feed for a minute.
I've got some bad news, buddy.
What?
Yeah. Oh no, he pulled the plug on that podcast like a month ago or 2 months ago. It was a while. So, yeah, what is available online is the sum of it.
Just too many other projects going on?
I forget what he said. But yeah, I listened to that last episode and it was really good, but, you know, still sad because, you know, he was ending that podcast. So, yeah, that's why you haven't seen any new episodes popping up lately.
Damn it. Like he mentioned that, and I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I haven't seen anything up from that in a while. That's a bummer.
Yep. Well, real quick, we've got some really good-looking comedy shows coming up to Wise Guys this weekend. Let's see, tonight, as this comes out, June 20th, my buddy Tanner Nicholson is headlining Wise Guys Downtown. And that's going to be a great show. Because I've got a handful of friends who are performing in that one. I believe Sam D'Antuono is hosting, Sam Poulter is featuring, and I think Emra Ames also is going to be up there. I'm pretty sure that's what they said last night at the new open mic. So, yeah, all very funny people. It's going to be a great show. And it's only $5 to get in the door. So you should, you, Ben, in particular, should consider that. And then everyone else, too. No, yeah, it's going to be a great show. I'm excited for that. And then after that, Phil Hanley? Ugh. I'm getting very sleepy now. Phil Hanley is headlining Wise Guys Downtown on the 21st and 22nd. Jenna Kim Jones is headlining Ogden. And Adam Ray is headlining Jordan Landing. And then, again, Wise Guys has a new open mic in the Wise Guys Lounge, which is connected to the downtown location right there in the gateway. And, of course, their regular open mic on Wednesday nights in the main room. So, yeah. That's all of that.
Lots of shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because Keith, he's the guy who owns Wise Guys, he was kind of kicking off the open mic last night. And he's planning on a lot more shows there now. A lot more live entertainment there in the lounge. And I need to talk to someone to see exactly what the plan is. Because I want to say that there are some theories about the lounge being open, like more regular times rather than, like being able to get in for shows and that. But I don't know. I would like for that to be a regular place that's open all the time. Because then I would have someplace else to hang out.
Oh, consistent place, yeah. Rather than just like once or twice a month.
Well, I mean, I've got places where I can go and get something to eat and then write and edit or whatever I need to do. But that place would be right down the street from my apartment. And then there are a handful of Pokestops right there too. So I could do some Pokemon Go stuff at the same time.
You're gonna have Harry Potter Wizard Go, apparently.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna do it, but there's like the developers for Pokemon Go are doing some kind of Harry Potter thing too.
Oh. Yeah, I thought I heard something about that, but just wasn't interested.
Nope.
Yeah, I never got into Harry Potter. So I don't know if it's that I was just too old or too smart or what. But yeah. Well, to this day, one of my most favorite lines of anything ever was in that show Friends from College. Did you watch any of that?
Maybe clips, but I haven't really sat down.
It's a Netflix show that has a handful of super funny people. Keegan-Michael Key, Kobe Smulders, what's his name? Not Ben Savage. Shit. Kid from the Wonder Years. I know. Yeah, this is not good. My brain is falling apart. Anyway, it was a funny show. I mean, not like great, but I enjoyed it. And Keegan-Michael Key's character is a young adult author. And someone like gives him shit about it. And you write young adult. Like, your job description is writing for undeveloped minds. And that's something that's just always stuck with me. So. You still there?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we are at about an hour now. So, yeah, all the regular stuff. The website, commyshedradio.com. Commyshed Radio hotline, 801-900-3154. You can text or voicemail that number. And then all the Twitter and Facebook shit. I don't know if that's the most effective way to describe it, but...
What about your MySpace page?
Shut up. You son of a bitch.
And don't forget it.
Yeah, seriously. Alright. Yeah, I think that's it. So, bye.
Ciao.
Why did you wait so fucking long for that? Alright. Cool. So thanks for this. And,